Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. This is something that I worked out with Maschine, and as you may have noticed, I don't have a Maschine controller with me. So in today's video, we're gonna walk through the steps on how to use the Maschine software without a Maschine hardware actually, and also look at a few functions and settings that may have been overlooked when you are using the Maschine controller. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first thing you should know is that the Maschine 2 software is by itself a self-contained DAW, alright? So you can use it without any hardware actually. But I do suggest that you have a MIDI keyboard connected to your computer, because if you don't have anything to key in the MIDI notes, it will be quite hard to actually draw the MIDI notes by your mouse, because the Maschine 2 software is not designed to be used that way, and it's not so user-friendly to do that. And it might be drive you crazy. So I do highly recommend that you have at least a MIDI keyboard connected to your computer. The first thing you're gonna do is to set up your MIDI controller. You go to File, Preference, and go to the MIDI tab. And right here, make sure to check your MIDI keyboard under both the Input and Output tab. And if your MIDI controller has some extra functions like a sequencer or arpeggiator, then you might also send clock to your MIDI controller by selecting the Send Clock here. And you can also adjust the clock offset to compensate any delay. And that's pretty much the settings in the Preference pane. And also make sure to select the correct audio input and output device. With that, the Maschine 2 software is ready to work. And let's keep on to look at a few functions that is previously accessible on your Maschine controller, but now you don't have it. So you have to navigate to the correct tab to use that function. So the first thing is to actually add sound or add instrument. And if you click this plus icon here, and that adds a group. And down over here, you can select one of the sound pads and click this plus icon to actually add your virtual instruments. And basically, this is all the internal plugins to the Maschine 2 software. And you can also browse the sounds or groups right over here. And let's load up a sound very quickly. And after you have loaded up a sound, you can now add more devices to this effect trim. You may now record your MIDI notes with your MIDI keyboard, but if you prefer to actually draw the MIDI notes, you can see that there is a little pencil over here, and by clicking that and navigate to the piano roll pane right over here, you can start drawing your MIDI notes, right? Down over here is your velocity. And this is something similar to automation in your DAW, and if you want to add more expressions, just click this plus icon and right click on the note sign, and you can see that, and all your MIDI and CC controls are over here, right? And down over here, you can add automation to controls of your plugins. If you click on this plus sign and right click on the modulator, you can see that all the parameters of your plugin are listed over here. And you can also automate the properties of the soundtrack, like the level or pan, just like you do in a regular DAW. And what if you want to control some parameters with your knobs or sliders on your MIDI keyboard? Well, that is over here, and by default this is collapsed, and you click this icon to actually let it out. And you can see that under each parameter there is a learn button, and if you click on the learn button and tweak the knob or the sliders on your MIDI controller, and the parameter is now mapped to the corresponding control on your MIDI controller, alright? And once you are done with the patterns and the scenes, you can navigate to the arrangement wheel to actually arrange your song And what I suggest is you convert all the scenes to actually to clips. And this is especially useful when you are not using a machine hardware. And after arranging your song, you can go to the mixer by clicking this icon. Like a regular DAW, you have the audio in setting, your MIDI in setting, your plugin view, your pen over here, your level meter, your audio output setting, your auxiliary bus, you have 2 of them, and your MIDI out setting. And you can also view the mixer at the group level, which can be done by going back to the arranger view, select the group tab, and going back to the mixer view again. Then you can see the mixer at group level, and to the right you have your master bus, and right over here you can add some mastering plugins, and that's basically it. I hope you find this video useful, and if you do, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. So until next time, see ya!